Is this on? Welcome back, class. What's up, y'all? So, I'm just gonna hit this real quick, and then we just gonna get straight to it. This particular video is just gonna be about, first off, sending variable outcome, grand joy, grand awakening, ascension vibes to all my people who are about that life and about that true inner knowledge of self journey. Um, Regardless of whether you melanated or not. Guess my Caucasian ancestors came through after the last kind of guidance video, and I was like, just show a little bit more love. Like, we get it, but still there are those who care because that's how you got here, because we cared and everything. And I think that was just them coming through right now. That's a confirmation of yeah. So I'm gonna be a little bit more heartfelt and a little bit more kind of like a Drake, like but not mixed with Jewish though, not mixed with the Khazar Jew. Oh, you know what? Let me be careful with that because they'll flag videos because those are the kind of part of our council is talking about y'all. One of the head foot soldiers. But moving forward though, no, f that. Ain't no one scared. Yeah, them Khazar Jews. Them let's get to the motherfucking point. Them Khazar Jews. Them this how y'all gotta be fearless with y'all melanin. Like, although it is true that they do sometimes quote unquote flag videos so that they used to, but now it's to the point, especially since it's about to kick off now, or we about to get those. It's about to be feel like summer in this thing from Childish Gambino, but that's gonna be your powers. Henceforth, in the summertime, it feels like summer. When the radiation gonna be hidden. Y'all can go look up Purple Skies on Mr. BBB33, Remedy H, uh, Melon Out Order, Brother Marvin Jones. I got his playlist saved. And yeah, he got the information. I was gonna go in on him, but then again, that's not what this search is about anyway. That's another time. Really, plenty of our people go in on them already. But shout out to those nerdy and Caucasians. Even if you're not a real Caucasian per se, even if you a clone to a degree, y'all know you. I don't want to do y'all like that. That's not all Caucasians by any means. I'm just saying there are ones who are clones. You can kind of maybe know you're a clone if like you can just ask your ancestors or like start to build your ancestor also and ask your ancestors. You want to know how to build one? It's in the last video. And if they say, or ask your intuition, or ask like, you can go the time you were born. Go look up the time you were born, and if you can't, just go by what time the moon was, what phase was the moon on the day you were born. So that way you can at least, if you want to know how to unlock your moon, like Mama Goddess guidance energy, so to speak, you can go to the Divine Feminine Chronicles lecture. I mean, guidance. I call these guidances, y'all, because lectures, well, you know what? That's really just society standards, because PowerPoints and all that. F all that. It's spiritual. It's ain't got nothing to do with that. It's either you want light to ascend and make whole universes, or you don't. Everything else is just icings on the vegan almond cake. Shout out to my vegans out there eating straight from nature, but even if you're not, shout out to you too, because it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. And you clean out with colloidal silver, which is also in the Divine Feminine Chronicles guidance. I'll just say lecture, I guess it's easier to say lecture, man, but I don't really like to say that because I'm judging it based off of societal center, how I would like to have it, but this is how it needs to be anyway, because everything you do is perfect as a deity. So that was me almost. Sometimes you can step on your deityhood trying to be all perfect and shit, and that's not what this is about. Like me, I don't really like quote unquote curse a lot, but these really aren't. They're like low vibration words like shit and this, that, and the third. I'm just getting into it. Like, I'm gonna have to get to it. Linguistics is one of the things I enjoy, because how you speak, your heka, your sacred, our Kemetic ancestors called it your heka, your speaking, your voice, is power, because we knew we were deities. And we taught the world this. Well, not the world, because Mother God Bob blows it. All of us knew, but when we had visitors and when they invaded and everything else, and we made treaties or whatnot. And if you want to know how to, basically, that's another aspect of our story too. So we got the Gnostic text, which tells us how we got here, or while we're down here. If you want more information on that, go look at Bro Marvin Jones. Who the enemy is Yaldabaoth, also known as Jehovah, also known as Allah, also known as all these other energies. Just another, they are the main names of this energy, because the true, what religions call God, is the all, and that's in the Kabbalion. It's all encompassing. It has no gender. You know what I'm saying? If an all-encompassing, I don't even want to get into debates. Let me stop. If you listen to this video, hopefully your soul level was there where you kind of can question and you're not under the thumb of a cage of what you were taught. And if you can't do that, then I mean, if you can get up and change jobs, you can get up and change your mindset. So this you limiting yourself, and that's on you. But if you want my people, melanated person, just someone who's on the spiritual journey of light, respect to you. But to my people, I'll shade to you. Nah, shades. I shade. Gracias. And I send a non-deep energy all up in your melanin to get on with the get on in regards to your ancestral knowledge. So this is really going to be about herbs, how to help with herbs. This is also going to include some of ancestral knowledge on using cannabis and various other herbs like lavender, mugwort, rosemary, spearmint, peppermint, kava. These are all herbs that are smokable, and you can also make some of these into teas. So let's just say, for an example, you would like to feel relaxed. And this is mainly for smokers. Because I want y'all to know smoking is spiritual. It's highly spiritual. But just like with anything, you eat right. But if you a whole forest, I'm speaking about my people, or just someone who has light in them, period, or wants this whole light thing, this light, which is a true concept because you gain in light. This is you gain in light. Light is knowledge, information, wisdom. That's light. That's the true light. You notice it all comes from within, or it's expressed from within through someone else to give you confirmation of the things and help you remember that which you already know. We're in the age of Aquarius, which is the age of I know, because every zodiac sign has a mantra. A mantra is a spoken word of power. A spoken word of power being I am the great I am the grand titaness, I am the grand titan, I am a greatness of all my ancestors combined. I will give that Killmonger energy to my people. I will help liberate myself, develop myself into the highest cosmic alchemical being that I can to make whole universes based off my greatness, and give that honor to my ancestors and put my bloodline to one of the most joyous bloodlines our people could ever imagine. Gracias. Using the power of 4, the triple God's energy, and his son, Factum S, which means it is done in Latin. Gracias means thank you in Latin. Latin is the language of light. Deities all understand you. Everything past this physical realm understands you when you speak Latin. Even items like a wooden table. And the wood is alive, so henceforth your table has energy. So use your table, put some crystals that carry abundance, put on your table. Put $1 on it, and you magnetize $10 every time. You see, just get creative with this. You are alchemy. Have my man Rogue Titan, the man's Rogue Titan. Shout out to that deity, man. That melanated people. If y'all want to know a brother, an all-encompassing being, androgynous being, because we're really androgynous as melanated people. But the first gender is feminine. Again, say this one more time for everyone else. The all. And you don't have to believe this. That's not what I'm asking you to do. This ain't no belief type thing. Either you want to evolve into the more. Mind you, this is for my people. Like everyone else, you can say to the back of the bus. This is not a come one, come all cookout. If you want to get on this knowledge that we gave to the world, because I'm taking our birthright back and giving it to myself and my people who want it. If you want to get on with it, get on, because you did anyway. These structures you see, even the basic, not the basic economical system, but the structure of running things, it's still all based off us. The Boule still control it today. Those are those. Should I say it, ancestors? Okay, I ain't gonna say it for this lecture. So we're talking about herbalism. Okay. See, you in tune. It's all about love. So for the love, this is a labor of love, straight herbalism. So let's get to the herbalism. That's gonna be another part. I'm still come for that neck though. And you want to know about that, bro? Marvin tells them I always let y'all know. If I can't give y'all the information, if I don't know, I'm gonna point y'all in the direction of someone who I know do know, or you can judge for yourself and judge based off your soul light, how much you can comprehend in the ball, how much you are willing to go past the boundaries that were exposed upon you or imposed upon you, knowingly and unknowingly by this archonic ass system. Take the challenge. I'm born on a Tuesday. Challenges. That's a given. That's Is that breakfast or dessert? That's just a melanin in me. I don't know. But tap in either way. Everyone else you can tap in too. But this ain't no come on, come out, cookout. Like y'all can go. There's parking over there for y'all. But for us, Soul Planet, that's us. This knowledge, that's us. Anyone else who wants to enjoy the light of our sun, feel free. It's all good. So long as you come with good intention and pure heart and all that good stuff. Moving forward though, herbalism. Put 4 of those in there. That way I can stay focused on it. See, casting spells on yourself to make sure you stay focused and make sure you stay top shelf. Because if you don't, then there won't be no one else. Because all you got is yourself and your ancestors and everything else. So, that's the shelf that you are on. Does that make sense? Your ancestors build the whole shelf. You're that top shelf. Sounds like a flow mixed in with like a download. So there you go. Moving forward. See, that's like the melanin mixed with all right. Moving forward. So you got certain herbs. Oh yeah, for example, let's just say for all my used to be Bible people out there. In the Bible, you can cast spells with the Bible. Again, your birthday, like I'm born on the 14th. Psalms 14 is one of my protection sigils. Our women wrote those psalms. My melanated women. Our women wrote most of those books, if not all those books, but most of them. Go look up the Nag Hammadi scriptures or the Dead Sea Scrolls. You can go look up Bro Marvin Jones' that's on Gnosticism because it was originally Gnosticism. Well, Gnosticism came from Europe, from the brothers and sisters over there after things were overthrown. Do the infighting between us. Again, it's always us. So when I say overthrown, it's just us overthrowing us. It ain't got nothing. The Caucasian came, they only been dead. The Caucasians, his story, not our story, going back to the feminine. Because we are mama's children. You are your mama's child by your mitochondrial DNA. This means casting a spell of just a 0 so y'all can understand and overstand. And I was going clockwise, so let me go clockwise. There we go. Because left is the left hand is left to the right brain, which is the feminine. Ooh, just simple stuff you can do. Spells. And get creative with it. See, I'm in tune with my inner child. This ain't weird to me. We do this all day. So, yeah. I summon this spell to always help my people remember that it's our story. Know that this is between our story and his story. I'm going to put an H right there. His story. And mind you, this ain't white. Why? Because the albino is the most quote unquote whitest, which is a melanated person. So we got the darkest people, we got the lightest people, but y'all want to give them credit to be white. Stop playing with them. Stop playing with yourself and your power of words. I digress. Moving forward. Herbs. So let me just give you the difference in certain cannabis. Let me go through because cannabis is actually from the K9 star system, it's the Sirius star system, where the Anunnaki and all of them are from, and also Orion too. Orion and Sirius are one of the biggest ancestries for melanated people to a degree. There's plenty of more. There's like the Lemurian star system, the zodiacal star system. So it's Leo. There's some Earth seeds. Some melanated people were just from this galaxy when Mother God Babaloza was in a different dimension, because this is the third dimension, 3D. They have those sayings for a reason, both for them and you, in case you catch on. Now you caught on. Congratulations, your light is up there. Soul light is up there. Your ancestors saw fit. You'll be able to get some of this type of download, because you could just be looking at someone twerking. Ain't nothing wrong with that, especially if they got crystal at the back saying, hey, we evolved back there and all that good stuff. I don't know. Try and include spirituality in everything you do, right? But decide to listen to this, so congratulations. But hey, my woman, take notes. Since you're going to twerk anyway, have some crystals. Have some people curious about the spiritual too. Included in everything. That's what's going to get these archons mad. Y'all want to see them get mad? Y'all want to see them big fat Ed Wunslers and stuff on Boondocks get mad? Just turn red and shit? Start getting on your spiritual science. Because they get scared of that in they damn boots. Hands down. Without a doubt. That's why you don't get too many Lauryn Hills and Erykah Badu's, but you will get a whole lot of everything else. And of course, Sade and them. But and it's not to knock Megan Stallion and them, shout out to my fellow Houstonian, my fellow Washita, straight from I'm gonna say South, but this is, and I say this because again, my words got power, so I want to get the truth. Diddy's really don't got reason to lie. So although this is after the I'm gonna get on that too. Basically, Gnosticism came over to Amaruka because, long story short, the whole reason they were even in existence, and they've really been only been empowered. His story has been in existence for like 200 years, is because there was a celestial war between us and them. And our people betrayed us and told them some of our secrets that we were connected to the planet. This is by Bro Remedy H. Also, that copper vessel thing that I made to clean copper water, that's also from Bro Remedy H. So I'm giving credit to all sources, all our melanated people. Because I learned this, and mind you, it's not to be all, well, you should at least know that about me by now. Like, it's nothing personal. You know, if you feel left out. Latinos, you include in that too if you embrace your melanated side. God dang. If you have one melanated ancestor, I mean, you may not be able to say, I'm not talking to our Latino brothers and sisters, I'm talking to Caucasians who may have not had the melanated ancestor in a long time, but you had that one. You had that one. So because you have that one, that puts you in a whole, especially if you a true Caucasian being from Nern too, your bloodline comes from Nern. So, you know, there's three kinds of y'all. If you didn't know this, that's why, you know, trailer trash, I be calling it. Sometimes that's those clone or those low vibration or those second generation, first generation. That's not all of them. You know, sometimes it's just a state of mind. Someone may like to be a redneck. So, you know, I can talk about this because one of my ancestors is Caucasian. You know, they're pure Nernian Caucasian. But, you know, still, that's from the genetic genome, so I can talk about it. I claim it. Excuse me. I reverse that. I claim talking about it, you know, so I won't make anyone uncomfortable. Caucasian wise, this ain't got my bad, melanated people. I'm gonna get to this real quick. Well, this is encompassing knowledge. So all my mixed ones, my jasmines off boondocks, my jadens, I guess the other version of jasmine, my jadens off whatever, you know, those who are in between, so y'all can feel better too. Because, you know, I respect the melanin, I get it. But and, you know, even if you're not, hey, if you had that one melanated ancestor, going back to the original thing, I get it. But he'll come back to me why I said all that. But long story short, I really said all that because just realize that connects you to this. This is, in a sense, if you want an expression of how the great, because they used to reserve this when we fell, we really didn't fall, excuse me. When we went to kind of sleep, to help, and because we realized we was going to have to liberate this planet back up from that which it failed, and it failed because they realized we were connected to some other guy, Barbarossa, as melanated people when we was warned against them. Their deities in their universe, Zorg and Borg or something, I believe those two. Brother Wisdom, Remedy H on YouTube has more info on this, but they led them over here, but we was whooping that ass. We the original deities. This used to be like the universal, I'm not going to say police, but the universal guardians of the galaxy. That's what we were. That's what this planet was. This planet was a charging, abundant, still is. That's why, you know, it's not destroyed. And the true origin, it looks like us. Melanated people, henceforth, they can't kill all of us. They never will, and they never can. Because if we go, everything ceases to exist. Because you have to have darkness to come from something. Because in the beginning, there is darkness. This isn't a hard concept. And our people are going to begin it soon. That brings a smile to my face and joy to my soul. Moving forward. And, you know, all of y'all, you know, everyone, even if you're not, everyone going to get a reality check soon. But yeah, so you can have like these herbs like lavender and everything. You can put them in your cannabis. And let me go through various cannabis strains. Various cannabis strains are sativa for more so the active type of component. That's more, sativa is more the type of strain where like you can go chill, you can go talk to a family, you can go kind of work out. And you know, there's an app called Leafy, Leafy, that you can look up every type of cannabis strain there is. I will advise you buy from like someone that you trust, your local street pharmacist if you want to, or, and let's just say CBD for all intents and purposes. So I'll bump it. Hell, it's 2020. F all that. We're going to say weed and cannabis and CBD too. We're going to encompass it all. I'm going to get on mushrooms soon. Mushrooms will actually help melanated people because it helps take us to another dimension. But again, responsibly. And by responsibly, I just mean that just because you have the power as a melanated person doesn't mean that you don't have lessons to learn from said power. So just because it's for you doesn't mean you should just take all of it and like nothing gonna happen. Like you still in this physical vessel for a reason. You signed up for this alchemical work to do. Which, going back to the strains and everything, because I didn't even finish about the war. I'm gonna finish about the war real quick, y'all. So after they attacked, they basically started attacking the planet, attacking our towers. That's what Dark Tower was about, by the way, by Stephen King. All these people were initiates of these archonic orders because you can't get up there without doing that. And by the way, the person who wrote The Matrix was a melanated woman. And it's telling the truth about what's going to be going down. You notice how they were underground because those melanated beings that they put with red eyes. Look at Full Metal Alchemist if you want another example of melanated people with red eyes. They always put their red eyes. Why? Because the Amaruka's over here. This is the root chakra of the planet. And the zodiac sign of Amaruka, which is also renamed by America by the colonizer, is Cancer. So sometimes they're talking about us, they're talking about all of us encompassing, but they're talking about when we transform in the truth. Because when we were warned, they still have videos of us. All that was present, ships and everything. They came through portals. It's all real. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I need you to realize this. This ain't no, that's great, brother. No, this is what happened in some of your ancestors fought to get you to be right now. Why you have that much fierceness in you. Why you have that much funk. Why you have so much creativity. Why you can be such a great scientist. Naturally. My number 4s, my number 7s, my number, oh man, all of y'all shoot, but I'm just saying, like, certain numbers that are just prone to certain Aquariuses, the mad scientists. Come on. Claim your stuff. It's that simple. And then have the wisdom, gain the knowledge, humble yourself to your own power. That's all I'm invoking in you. I don't know what the mother cat's doing down the street. Moving forward, so yeah, after that they attacked the planet, and then we were highly connected to the planet. That was when stuff was on higher dimension. Bro, Remedy H has more detail about this, and I'm gonna really stick to the herbal lecture because I want this to be long. Y'all been having long lectures, so if I want kind of constrict this to like 30 minutes, an hour. I got a lot of information. It's gonna be more, but y'all still looking, so I guess you may like it. Cool. Because this ain't a popularity contest. This is me giving it out to my people who want to be powerful alchemists, point blank, period. Everyone else can stay to the back of the bus. This is not a come one, come all. This is you get the invitation if you on the path of light, and you get the invitation if you melanated, but you get the melanated VIP pass if you melanated. So this is really for that VIP pass people. Everyone else, you can come on if you want, and that's at our discretion. It is what it is. It's original people. What can you do? Nothing. If you don't know, now you know. Not goes. Yeah. Moving forward, though. So just, again, remind that what's the directive here? What's the goal? And then that's that earth energy. Mind you, my earth signs, Virgos, Tauruses, Capricorns, or those who have earth numbers like the number 8. This is that energy, being able to take all the elements, take all the information, and give it to a practical application. Direct that to every area of your life, even your healing. That time you were hurt, you were a child. This is for everyone. Water signs. So I don't want to do this, and I won't make no one feel left out. So let me just say, everyone, do this with your alchemy. But if you want the hardest elements to master, water, earth, fire, then air. In that order are the hardest elements. So if you're a water sign, you got the most. But those are also how, from the darkness, how everything comes up. Peak game. You all come from 9 months from the womb, the water. Then you have that earth, the foundation, a vessel, a physical. Then you have fire, where you get the breath. Fire is that beat, that ether that beats inside you to keep you moving. Then you get the breath, the heka, the air. Then from there, it's the ether, which is being great. It's in your DNA. You just gotta embrace it. And for those who are on the path of this light, that our suns naturally shine out. Congratulations. You want some real shit. The realest stuff you could ever be on. Welcome. Moving forward. So yeah, you can go look up Remedy H on the war and everything. So yeah, you got different type of herbs. Like you can put lavender to relax, because every herb has a spiritual. Let me just do this for y'all. Every herb has a spiritual thing that it does, and then it has a physical thing that it does. So lavender on the physical level, we all know lavender calms the body, great scent, all that. But on the spiritual level, it cleanses the aura. It cleanses, it purges certain low vibrations in the body. So since you're gonna blaze anyway, mix a little in. And if you want an example of how I look, I kind of got you because uh, mind you, y'all, these are all my herbs. These are various herbs. This ain't even cannabis. This is the cannabis. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I got way more. I'm just showing you a little bit. I got a separate section because it's that easy to just mix it in. Since I'm gonna do it anyway mentality with your spiritual work gonna make your life and your alchemy all so much more easier. Since you know you're gonna visit your family, you love your family, get all their numbers together, summarize it, put in a number, send high vibrations, high healing, high reversal of ancestral curses on that number. Every time you see it, your angels and everything, your Damien's gonna let you start seeing that number. I just did a simple alchemy. It's that simple. You ain't got no excuse. As a born on Tuesday deity in this incarnation, you ain't got no excuse. Embrace the power, anime, so your melanated men can realize we should embrace ours. You come first. You love all this stuff about having a yoni? Well, we need you. I need you. Get on it, mama. Please. Gratis. All right. I was just, divine child moment for my melanated women out there. Y'all will always be special to us. We will always love you. Enjoy this love energy frequency on the planet that was imposed on this Gregorian calendar. Yeah, I give them no credit. They a whole lot of shade. Moving forward, though, and for those who don't know what the Gregorian calendar is, the Gregorian calendar is basically the calendar that is to try to reverse a time frame of what was going to be happening now, which should have happened already 7 years ago, because the Gregorian calendar is about 8 years off ahead of time. So, which really, although it's 2021, it's really 2012. Henceforth, 2021 just switched around 1 to the 2 is 2012, because no matter what they do, the darkness always comes, because mama comes first. She helps birth everything, so she knows, so her children will know. So no matter what you do, you can't escape us. Even though you try to reverse time, just like you tried to beat Thanos in the Avengers, this ain't gonna end the way you want them spells to be ended. We will come for you, and I will have your head. That was just a Mark Hans watching in the back. I see you, and we gonna get it on. Moving forward. How vicious you gotta be, my people. Vicious but loving. Balance. Balance. I have a Libra father, so comes as a natural to a certain degree. Plus having the number 5. See, so if you know your numbers, you know your parents, embrace some powers that they gave y'all. Your ancestors there for a reason. Even if you got a brother, that's a sign. That's a sign that runs in your bloodline, which is a star system. Turn that star system out and say, hey, I link it to myself and unlock that star system energy. I link it to myself and unlock the Leo star system energy in me. My Virgo star system energy in me. And I give an offshoot to all my Virgo ancestors, my Leo ancestors, and all the zodiac ancestors that I have in my bloodline to help my DNA evolve, help heal my natal chart, help me know my natal chart, help me evolve to where all the karma in my natal chart is solved in that zero balance. Aid in this being the vibration for my family. Aid in the number that I summarize for my family, whether it's 3, 1, 2, all the way through 9, to every time I see a number for this spell to be invoked on it, for the healing of their natal chart, so to come into their spiritual awakening, their power, to know that we are Titans. We are the original melanated chaos beings. Or if you're a Caucasian, here's a little spell for you. I link into myself to unlock my DNA to put, I guess you really can say, just love and light in my DNA to know about the knowledge of the original deities, know about the original melanated deities, know if my people help them, know if I'm a clone or not, if that's your thing, if you feel you're a clone, know if I'm a real Caucasian from there, know about my Nerdian ancestors. And they probably gonna need you to play Elder Scrolls or something, so be prepared to look at Elder Scrolls and Skyrim a lot, because that's a description of Nern. Now, not all of them entities are on Nern, but it is a description of what Nern looks like and what some of the Nernians are about. And there are low vibrational Nernians who came over here because true Caucasian Nernians who are on high vibration ran those low vibration Nernians off of the planet, and they came from that Zeta universe all the way here to get at Astrax. And then they came a second time, and then we temporarily failed doing that. And I'm not even going to say failed. We went to sleep doing that battle after they hit the planet with so much destruction. And Mars, that's why Mars and some of the planets look the way they do, but you still got melanated beings on every planet. And also you got this wars going on everywhere, y'all. It's been like this, but now it's coming to a head because now it's about to come up on this physical plane, which is the most important one. Why? Because Mother Heart is the heart chakra of this universe. Wow. So that means the heart chakra is access through all gateways because you gotta have the heart of the child, the pure heart. Every religion talks about the heart. Henceforth, why this is one of the most precious vessels within the whole, because once you know the heart, you have the heart, the rest of everything else will follow. As above, so below. This is one big universal body. And this is the heart chakra of that body, of this Milky Way galaxy. So now you know. To the herbs, though. In summarizing it, you can mix these herbs with your cannabis, and I will advise a water pipe, as they call it, but a bong, as I'm gonna call it, because reason being, you can use your alchemy easier. Water, earth, glasses from sand, air, fire that you light. Also using a wick. I'll show that later. A wick is basically there's ones that are made from hemp. Even the Constitution is written on hemp. But the first and the second, because the U.S. Constitution for the United States Corporation, which the melanated Moors made for these Caucasian archons. Again, us always in the back, melanin always in the back, mama always in the back of everything, from the destruction to the creation. Her children are always doing it. That's why it takes us to evolve and get these upgrades to whoop up on our other fellow distant cousins' asses who chose to go against the original way of things with mama. And we're given plenty of chances to rectify they bullshit. But you see where it's about to go now. Well, for those who are already on this journey this far, you already know. But if you're catching up, you'll see soon, especially after March 2021, because that's when the real 2021 happens. When nature, I just went over this in the previous lecture, but the new year doesn't start from the in the Gregorian calendar. They reversed that because even though they in the second war, so we have 3 wars, as far as because they only been in permeation to quote unquote write their history for only 200 years. So recently, in this age, they've been here, ruling, so to speak. But it's not been them. It's been the melanated Boule and the melanated archons who serve Yaldabaoth, who is the demiurge, also known as Jehovah Allah, henceforth why these religions are so much preached, who is also known as the dog, D-O-G, G-O-D, and reverses D-O-G. And then, but also is the dog isn't necessarily bad because it's reversing to the Anubis hound, Sirius, Anubis. But that's not a dog, that's an Anubis hound. The dog is kind of like it can go both ways. Duality. There's a high vibration to a word and a lower vibration. And then you got, which also, cannabis is not original to this planet. Cannabis comes from Sirius. My bad. Again, that's a yes. Like Lance is like, yes, get it. So thank y'all. Yeah, but cannabis comes from Sirius, though. Again, this is yes, if like for your intuitions. So peep game on how this intuition is working in real time. I'm melanated just like you, or if you're not even melanated, just peep game and use this anyway. If you can handle, if your body can, if you try your alchemy, be a Harry Potter in this piece. Although that's based off us, but we the originals anyway. At this point, ain't nothing new to us. So do what you gotta do. Really, that's my melanated people. One time for my melanated people in the front. That's what I'm talking about when I say take your energy away from the Caucasian in general, because one, there's 3 different kinds, and some of them did help out our ancestors and go against the establishment when that war happened. Number 2, because we are the original species of everything. So if a lower species did, you think it's not that they're better than the original species, no more than the ant can take over these quote-unquote Caucasian humans who rule this planet, because you are not human. You are melanated, chaotic, celestial being. It's 2 different categories. So don't take them so seriously, nor anything that they put in their news, because that news is them. The movies is them. Most of that stuff is them. The society is them. This ain't got shit to do with us. This is our stepping ground to evolve and do this true alchemical work. Henceforth, why you won't hear nothing about spirituality, the chakras, numbers. You won't hear nothing about that in the mainstream. You won't hear nothing about colloidal silver. You're not going to hear nothing about goddamn mudras and how to use this mudra to heal, to activate your solar plexus chakra and heal your bones. This mudra to hydrate your body and balance the water in your vessel. Shoot, let's go on. And also Mars energy. This is you. So whenever you use these mudras or whenever you're doing spells, and when you use your spell, your index finger, Jupiter is your spell. This is the expansion. Jupiter is a planet of expansion. So this is a finger. if you would visualize let's say you were born, you're born on 27. 7 plus 2 is 9. So you're at number 9. I visualize the 9 to link into it because this 9 has its own intelligence. It is a separate energy, just like your Orishas, Zeus, all of the other deities that are melanated for the most part have their own. They're like Caucasian deities per se, but like I'm talking about all the like the big, like the OGs, like the 9 OG, not no triple, not no double, because 9 is a symbol of that 9 need to hear. Them 9 OGs, them melanated dark deities from the abyss. Oh yes, that's us. With that being said, so those 9 OGs. You see, just different numbers can make it gives you no similarity between what the humans say and what we are. That's how your mentality needs to be on your alchemy. You have to realize that you're a separate being. Smoking cool. Use herbs with it. Why? Because you're a deity. A deity likes offerings. Spearmint helps with Venus energy. Peppermint helps with Mars energy. Both of these can be smoked. You can go look up what herbal spearmint and where to get it. You can go look up herbal peppermint. You can go smoke with lavender. I'm going to bring y'all some herbs real quick. Should our ancestors? No, because they'll get it. It's okay. Y'all get it. That's y'all homework. Go look at how they look. I got some on me right now. I got plenty in jars. So this is Kamoli. Let me give y'all. I think y'all already given the Divine Feminine Chronicles. Okay, I gave our women a certain herbs to use and smoke. If they're I believe you can make ubi. I don't think you can make ubi ursa into a tea, but ubi ursa, UBIURSA, is a herb that you can use that helps with the stomach, helps with cramps. Also, there's a mudra that helps with cramps, and mantras are the spoken words of power. Like I am. Every zodiac has a mantra. So if you are Aquarius, you should always, sometimes not always, but if the divine spark in you feels so inclined with certain spells, I link it. I'll just use it because I was born on the 14th. 4 is Aquarius energy, so I can just say it. See, that's how you can get into it, just like that. Rather than you can just be like, I'm that energy. So as a reflection, and even if I didn't have a 4 in my number, like I wasn't born on the 14th, even if I was born on the 13th or the 11th, there's an Aquarius somewhere in my chart. So I link it to my Aquarian energy. But in this case, I can say I link it to my inner Aquarius to invoke the I know energy within me, to know more, to be able to know my heritage, to be able to know the galaxy from which I come from, to be able to know how to communicate that knowledge, that light, and that wisdom of Great Mother, of my melanated, divine, masculine, feminine ancestors, to my people, to awaken and give them the weapons of destruction to destroy the societal system that has imposed its unnatural and just straight up BS ass will and mind dump on my people that have that spark in them, that actually do have that love in their heart. And it is done. And I use the I know mantra vibration of Aquarian energy to strengthen this vibration. And I give 4 gratias to my Aquarian ancestors, and while doing that, simultaneously give a gratias to the number 4 itself, for that energy is a separate intelligence, and I give gratitude for it working with me and my soul to come down here to give me the 14th. Gratias, 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 gratias. And it's done. Factum es, factum es, factum es, factum es. As you can see, a lot of pineal gland movement there. That's how you know that stuff be real. So yeah, that's herbalism for you. I was going to do a whole thing with Sean, and I may do that another time. Let me give y'all a mudra that helps one time for my divine feminine. I'm going to do that divine masculine lecture soon, y'all. But yeah, various herbs that you can use. Look up certain herbs. Look up the top smokable herbs. That's your homework. Look up the top smokable herbs and scroll through them. Look at the spiritual benefits that they do. I'll give you a couple real quick since you were so patient. See, win-win. Have that win-win mentality. Lavender is a herb. It deals with the planet Mercury. Its element is earth. Its metaphysical components is it sharpens vision, clarifies thinking, aids in more so love, although associated. Mind you, I wrote all this down, y'all. This is my own list. This ain't no internet. This is straight up work. Me putting in the mother freaking work. Y'all don't got to see all my notes, so. Lavender. Planet Mercury and everything else, although associated, these are the metaphysical elements of it. Though associated with more so chastity love, so for all my Virgos out there, for all my Mercury's the planet of Virgo and Geminis, and even if not, you can smoke lavender in your canvas. and be like, I'm linking to this lavender, and I ask this lavender and place an intent in your bong thing. I got a skull. You can see I'm already tapping into ancestral energy, and it's green, mother heart chakra, and I already did plenty of alchemy with this, and make sure it vibrates and aids in my heart chakra energy for every time I hit a hit. Ooh, well, who's gonna be awakened? Who's gonna be awakened? Who's gonna be an alchemist? Who's gonna create whole universes and reverse some generational curses and get that yoni while he doing it at the same time? It's prime time, my people. Get creative with it. This is us. This is who we always were. Before sit up straight. You got to go to college. You got to go to this as a college. Get you a degree. Not knocking my people who did. Cool, because we the original people. We taught them colleges. Universities. A universal conglomerate of knowledge at a universal place. That's Earth. The true university. You see how they try to imitate? And you see how they do a piss poor job at it? Come on. Moving forward. And of course, the physical stuff, lavender helps relieve the body, helps with insomnia, things of that nature. Skull cap. Skull cap is another great herb. So for all my people who got nervous system issues, sometimes hypertension, it vibrates on the metaphysical level with the planets Saturn and Mercury. It aids in meditation, helps with nervous system, calms the mind, opens the way for meditation, strengthens the nervous system energy, which helps with insight. Medical, it helps with insomnia, seizures, anxiety, and nerve pain. That's just one herb. That links into your zodiac when you smoke it. That links into your body when you smoke it to heal. And that links into metaphysical components because they go hand in hand. Just when you smoke it. Since you're going to do it anyway, include the spiritual. Show yourself and your ancestors how much you want this. My bad for anyone who listen to this and like it's just straight headphones. I'm gonna dish that both Leo moon, so some just passionate about it. Get on it. Get on it. Get on it. You got this. I'm born on Tuesday. So that's Martian energy. So I'm invoking that in you. Wherever Aries is in your chart, give a 5 to it. That's my spell to you to increase your vibration. Put your palm to the Aries sign and hit it one time. You know what I'm saying? Know that you divine. That's a straight melanated. You know what? That's for everyone. I'll let that be everyone thing. But melanated people do 2 5s. Like do 2 5s. That's my little special gift to y'all. Love y'all. Like that's double the energy. 10, which is another symbol of Leo energy because it combines to the 1. 1 plus 1, 0 is 1. Man, alchemy just off the his out. Not deep, just using our science and including my own flair, tailored creativity, which you should be doing with yours. Even if you're born on the 14th, you're not born at the same time as me, so it gives you a whole other various set, a whole other various set of numbers to use for your alchemy to strengthen you because you have those numbers anyway. So since you have it anyway, might as well use it. Now, I'm going to go through one more herb here, and I'm going to let y'all do the rest. Hyssop. I really like hyssop. There are certain herbs that break addictions, like hyssop. Hyssop helps you break addictions. Rosemary helps break addictions too. Priestess Aset Amin Ra on YouTube also said rosemary is one of the herbs. When she got downloads, it's going to be greatly beneficial to use in this era of the divine feminine sun cycle, also known as the age of Aquarius, because everything has its masculine and feminine halves. But since Mama does come first, it's by sun and moon cycles. Sun is masculine, moon is feminine. And also sun can be feminine too. They have both their feminine and masculine sides. You have some women that are suns, i.e. our Leo women out there, or those who have born on the 10th, the 18th. Excuse me, not the 18th. But when your number comes out to a 1, just show day you were born. Then you add the day you were born. You don't simplify this. I'll give you an example. I was born on the 14th. So boom, 1 plus 4 is 5. That's my primary superpower number. My 1 and 4 are my sidekick numbers. Then I add my 14 plus 9 because this is how you find your gift number. 14 plus 9 is 23. 23, 2 is Cancer, 3 is Jupiter. That's from the anime Hunter x Hunter. Shout out to all my anime heads out there. And that anime is talking about us melanated people. So you a melanated person already like anime? Oh, you got one of the keys because you don't mind looking at visualizations, animated visualizations of your powers. Avatar: The Last Airbender 1, the Copper Alchemist. That's my name on Instagram, y'all. the Copper Alchemist ZWL. But moving forward though, Avatar: The Last Airbender, Full Metal Alchemist, The Dragon Prince. That's on Netflix. The other two are and Avatar: The Last Airbender is on Netflix too. Even Avatar, both Avatar: The Last Airbender and Avatar: The Legend of Korra, because Avatar: The Last Airbender shows you how we gonna the war. I guess in a sense, what led up to us being what we are now. And Korra, Legend of Korra, shows you the ship, the vibrational ship, when everyone's gonna get powers. And oh man, I might just have to do a whole lecture on that. Now, this is a bunch of movies, so y'all. This got so again, everything's about this. They got so many movies that's told you, but this ain't nothing new. You at this point in the vid, you already kind of know that. So for everyone that's like coming in, and y'all come on in, as my brother Marvin Jones would say, or y'all all right, as my man's Barbie Hemming would say. See, y'all, it's just like we got real life superheroes out here, y'all. Real life metaphysical superheroes, real people who put in this work that I give such gratitude to, because I learned so much from them. I remembered so much from them. I was able to evolve myself. I was able to get comfortable with saying the word nigga. Although I thought it was a degradational term, but nigga is nothing but the word from Naga and Nagis, which means serpent king, serpent queen. And really, we didn't use king and queen because, again, king is just what but his story, and queen is just another word for queer, which is what they call the dudes they like to do because they vibrate on the masculine energy. We vibrate on the feminine energy because in the beginning there was darkness, and the first gender was a melanated woman. But moving forward, though, I'll just end it here. Yeah, I'll end it here. So there you go. Again, see, sticking true. Want to make sure to make it a little bit more concise. So you learned a little bit about herbs. Oh, and the cannabis strains too. Sativa is more so the active strain. Know your strains. So when you buy something from your local, unless you're in Colorado or something, but if you buy something from your local street pharmacist and they don't know the name, try to find another one. Try to find, some old school cannabis. I can hear them now. Oh, if it smell good, young blood. If it smell good, okay, that's cool. Cool. But that was an age of Pisces. I believe. This is the age of Aquarius. This generation, we want to know. So, let's implement the change, my people. No. And if you don't know, find out. Find another means. Even if you got to use it as a substitute. And I said, so this strain thing can be relevant because, what you got just got rich. What is that? It's okay if that's what you can afford, that's what you prefer, that's all you know. But now you look at this video, so now you know better. Or you will by the end. So, or you will remember better. Because for melanated people, we brought this to the planet to aid the Caucasian. The dog, they love their dogs. Canine. Go look at Barb G on cannabis. But peep game, when he says all cannabis is GMO, that's never true, y'all. That's never true. Now, is it? I'm gonna just get on that later, but that's never true. So if you a cannabis stalker, stay up, because cannabis is a thing that's associated with our people. We had it already, but we didn't need it because we were on such a high vibration. But look at the hippie movement. What were they doing? Being naked. Brother Penny brought this to the attention too. They was being naked when they was on the stuff that they said that they now making money off of cannabis wise, but they was being naked, want peace and love and all this, which is melanated people, African tribe, Nubian tribes, what we always did before they interfered. They start being niggas. Natural. In our true loving divine form. Chilling. Long D, long hair, long locks, don't care. Nothing to fear. Chilling. Loving. Don't some of our people, despite all the BS these archons have done, oh, we love the system. This system been good to me. I ain't even gonna get on that. This is a real lecture. Oof, ancestors. Moving forward though, because I used to have a big rush for our people doing that old dumbass shit, but I get it. Some really don't know no better. And also because I'm just talk about probably how I awakened and what led me up to this point. Some 2 years and some change in the game. I'm not in the game, but in this game that I guess y'all would call life, this reality, yeah. As far as being awakened in this matrix, yeah. 2 years strong in this matrix game and some change, or 2 million evolved levels. It's alchemy. Boom, I just invoked that on myself. Alchemy levels of light that comes straight from Orion and Sirius, helping me move my plight. And clearing the rhyme so it can be hyped tonight. Ooh, look at that melanin pop. Ooh, and it goes and it flows. You already know, coming at you like a Florida Seminole. The true melanated people at your door, knocking to and fro, thinking about how we gon' suck the shit out of you for coming at us, yo. You already know. After March is going down for show. Hey, let me stop. The melanin came through. Shout out to the men's MF Doom to Doomsday, man. Y'all work with these celebrities. If you excuse me, work with the ones who are not boule and really the safe ones. If you know they're not boule, that's your ancestors. Go look at various lectures from Bro Mar. If you want to know a lot of the ones that sell out, go look at Brother Panic and his lectures. The ones that you find interesting, he normally includes it, like the ones where he talks about, not even B.O.B. is actually one of the dope ones that's like on this type of knowledge, y'all. Like, not that many of these artists, which is why you won't hear about too many B.O.B.s or Lauryn Hills or Erykah Badu's, but you will hear about the other stuff they got going on over here because they don't want our people to get that light. Which, now their kids want to be us. Oh, how the tables have always never turned because we always rap both ends. Even in our lowest state, they can't stop us. And this ain't even our lowest state. It used to be, well, actually, it is kind of low. This is not fitting for a titan at all to have to wake up and, not fly. I want to fly everywhere. I don't like, I like to fly. So, restriction of powers can be a bit, we built for this. Baby deities, we don't die. We chaos. We always multiply. Chaos is forever. It's mainly all I got, though, I guess, for the most part. No, this is Age of Aquarius. I reverse several Cronian magic and invoke high vibrational vibes, high grand joy vibes, and high knowledge vibes. And to all those who have that pure heart to seek this knowledge and light that originated from the darkness, and the souls who came forth from it. Series 8. Fortunas. Casting spells. That easy. You do it all the time when you rank on someone and everything else. Now, mind you, you can hey, before I joke with my homie, link it to Saturn energy because it deals with karma to have good karma come out of this and so on. Just be so creative with it that you can't stop. Because that's how it should be as a deity. What have you created? You say you a deity. You say melanin pop and melanin is great. What are you doing with that melanin? A lion is no different than a sheep if it thinks, acts, talks, walks, and is cowardly and easily shepherded by a shepherd that it doesn't even know, that doesn't even look like him, really, or her. Henceforth, while so many religions want so many lambs to be shepherded by whom? I'm trying to look like that brother, that young Nubian deity brother, who y'all know that Mimi, my people, like that meme, where that dude was looking like this at that lady when she was that Caucasian lady when she. So you trying to tell me? I think y'all need to look at every program that y'all was given after these videos you've been looking at with Bro Marvin Jones, everyone, all your brothers and sisters, and I like to always include the sisters again. Sister Conjure Queen, let's include some new ones, because I've said that for so many videos. Let's see some new ones. Who we got here? And sisters, it's not that many of y'all that have spoken. Sister Myra, Dr. Joel Pogram, those who just came through as all of those on YouTube, by the way, dope sisters. But Dr. Savvy's lady, Mrs. Savvy, sisters that's just, really putting in that work, those divine feminines. And they can twerk and everything for all I care, as long as they're giving that light and that love and helping that knowledge of self. Instead of holding and putting certain words in there to hold stuff down, men too, niggas ain't shit, bitches ain't shit, all that's got to go in this age. You will not survive in this age if you do not have that true love in your heart for both yourself and your people. Oh, that's going to hurt some Uncle Ruckus feelings. That's gonna hurt some bro Draco Sith ZL. You know, you don't know what he did to me. He hurt me. You gotta forgive it, sis. You can't tell me that you that divine feminine and you say fuck niggas. Oh, fuck all these niggas the same. You know that was be making me uncomfortable, guys. But this is gonna be safe for that divine masculine lecture. You know, when you cool with someone, and mind you, I guess it's because I just have again 5, the 14th, 1 and 4. 5 is good with words. So that's a Mercury energy. And Mercury is another aspect of HU in the sense. And another aspect of Gabriel relation. So long story short, I'm a little bit better. And also born from a Libra father. And I would go into houses and stuff on y'all. Really, I'd be sparing y'all. Because I could go into details about how the relative details about where these gifts come from. You can look up all this by chart and number. Even if you don't ever work with a deity in your life, if you build an ancestral altar, look up your numerology and astrology, you're going to gain some success. Guaranteed. 3 things. Let's include the 4 for the triple, for the quadruple goddess. Look at the Divine Feminine Chronicle lecture if you want some info on that. But, and if you acknowledge the deity within as a melanated person, or if you just acknowledge the lies that you've been told and acknowledge the truth that you want to seek, that's just in every other person. It's not to knock every other person that's not melanated. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean that other like high vibrational nerdy and Caucasians contributed certain things, not I don't know if necessarily to us per se, but in the galaxy, so everything has its place. It's just acknowledging what's original and what's, didn't come primordial. It's all good. Everything has its place. And then, everything can evolve because you are part of the all, which is infinite, which is a infinite intelligence, which wants to grow more. So we're the result of that. Souls from that macrocosm and microcosm. And souls are primordial, pride, which means before. And that comes from the darkness, which is, look at that beauty right there. Straight celestial. So from everything, all this came. And I'm over here talking about my women ain't not me, by the way. I'm giving examples for those who are, my women ain't nothing. These niggas ain't shit. That's just something I just don't have a taste for. So my bad. Personal Virgo, I guess the details. No. Just one of those things. I mean, I guess you're joking, but even still, y'all. I mean, we deities. I mean, we gonna speak life. Basically, I guess it's because I'm just an intense person. I'm a Leo, so I just got that genuine heart of, okay, we gonna do this. Let's do it. Why the flip flop? Leo is that fixed energy, that teenage energy, the teenage signs again. Taurus, Earth. Scorpio, water. I'm gonna just go in order from the signs that are the elements that are the hardest to master to the easiest. That way it can help y'all all in one. So we'll go with water, earth, fire, and then air. Hardest to easiest. So yeah, you got earth, you got water, which is Scorpio. You got earth, which is Taurus. These are all the fixed signs. Fixed signs is the teenage energy. Mutable sign, I'll go down the list. Should I go from, I'll just stick to this. Scorpio, Taurus, Scorpio for water, Taurus for earth. Then we got fire. We got Leo for fire, and then we got Aquarius for air. Big signs are more your teenage. Think teenage passion. Think think of teenagers and basically you see fixed signs. These are ways to help you get along with everyone, really, and yourself. So I would definitely look at yourself like this too. Mutable signs are the childlike energies, and cardinal signs are the parental type energy. So even though you may have a 5, which is a mutable planet, therefore a mutable type energy, 5 deals with Mercury. Mercury is Virgo and Gemini. So ruled by Virgo and Gemini, which are both mutable signs. The mutable signs are for water. You got Pisces. For earth, you have Virgo. For fire, you have Sagittarius, and for air, you have Gemini. So, it's just one of those things. And then you have, but You have the cardinal signs, the parent, already the parent type energies that have that nurturing, that, if they had kids, they at their highest vibration, they would be phenomenal parents. Making sure that theirs is good. Those are your, for water, you got Cancer, the great mother, that's that motherly energy. But Virgo is a divine mate and divine wife. So just to peep game on that as a lesson, just because someone can make a great mother does not necessarily mean, if you're looking to, I guess, be monogamous or be polygamous, find that mate too. That, if you're looking for both. I mean, but someone could be just that fine. Just want to be my BM. Yeah, boy, I do. And it can happen like that. That's cool. Certain deities get here like that. Look at the mythologies. Certain deities get here by those passionate moments, and that's cool. Especially if both parents are highly vibrational. But either way, mind you, I said polygamy too. If you want to do that too, cool. If you want to have two guys, two gals. Look, pharaohs which is a unisex term. We had one or two boos. We had, and really sometimes it was just, hey, we signed up to have this, because we didn't look at our children like children. We looked at them as energies of light, universal lights. That's why the zodiac, the numbers, we had a whole numerology system, because we knew if you came here as a melanated person, it was for a reason. We took and we knew ourselves, quite literally, seriously, serious star system, which is where the word serious comes from. So yeah, it's really so get into some herbalism for yourself if you're gonna smoke. Oh, and the strains, my bad, y'all. Sativa, thank y'all, ancestors. Sativa is the active strain. Hybrid is the more so the middle strain, like you can chill or you can go out. And indica is more so the sleepy strain, and or the couch lock. They call it couch lock. Again, the app Leafy, Leafy. It goes in more in depth about this. Um, and then you can just look up top natural herbs that you can use with your cannabis and start creating, deity. Start. Your universe is looking a little bit, the forest here in universe doesn't like it has much. And I see some cannabis plants, no lavender plants in there. What we got here? No mullein, which is good to clean lungs, straight up. And it doesn't really taste like anything, so you won't have to worry about it. It'll still taste, your smoke will still be cannabis flavored. You got camolli, excuse me, CHAMOLLIE. But don't quote me on that, though. Feel free to look it up. But this is a wonderful herb that helps relax the system. This also helps with menstrual cramps, by the way, too. Again, it's not me, we can't, child. That's just either my intuition or ancestors, or just the deities and energies I'm working with. Like, I got the. Is that right there? Oh, I know you lying. Okay, my bad. My bad. But yeah, I didn't feel it. Got the Nubian, also what the colonizers typically call the African or the Nubian porcupine thing right here in the locks. With your antennas. Oh, no, it's about to be a little bit longer. I got to get on the download for putting stuff in your hair as a melanated person. That's coming real quick. I'm going to make that only 10 minutes and then we out. But then you got the porcupine thing. You got to help ground energy. That's an earth type energy, so it helps ground. I already earth sign being Virgo. Since I know I have the number 4 in my number, 14, 4 being Aquarius, that Uranus energy, which tilts on its axis, which is the rebel energy, the high innovator, but also the high mindset too, having so many ideas at once, sometimes not grounding, sometimes can hold grudges. All this. And then my lecture, so my grandmother is also my Virgo grandmother. Although I'm a 5, I'm just in the 4 is one of my sidekick energies to my main energy. You see what I'm saying? And you'll find out that, unsurprisingly, all your ancestors have these numbers for a reason. The ancestors that are still in this dimension with you. Your granny, your this, and your dad, and your third. And then you can know something about them based off their number and know how to be better, cohesive, and have a win-win type of vibration going in your universe with them. Because I want to speak more celestial with y'all now. At this point, I'm just going to start speaking that. If you can't take that amount of light, go look at those various videos of Melon Out Order, Brother Panic, Remember the Age to get in tune with the deity that you are. Look at some of my vids if you want. Again, y'all notice I ain't asked for no subscriptions. I ain't asked for no, ring the bell. And that's not knocking that do that. Cool, I may get to that. I'll put the cash out too for donations and stuff too, because I do want to get certain stuff going, certain ideas going that I know y'all would like to. A more organized catalog of this knowledge. Maybe write a book. Um, but more to follow with all that. Moving forward, though, um, yeah, get into your science, y'all. This is yours. This is nothing. Consider this, melanated people. This whole time, we've been talking about, although it may seem like a lot, straight our birthright. No middleman, no usher to usher you in, minus your soul and your ancestors, I suppose, and your angels and your demonic forces and your jinns. Oh, I don't know if you. Oh, I don't even want to get into that part. Crystals on the hair. Thank y'all. Moving forward, uh, crystals. This is your crown chakra. Melanated people, we got 9 chakras. So once you get, let's just say, one crystal, you can do one crystal and one crystal, and you can link them both together to aid in balancing all your 9 chakras, because you got one from your torso down, and the other from this. You see what I'm saying? Be creative with it. That's how you think about it. So this, I've noticed doing this has increased my energy. It's helped my hair grow a lot longer. Putting certain rituals and spells into the crystal to ask them to do certain things for me. Finding out what number that the crystal vibrates with via healingcrystal.com, or if you want to know, I'll be posting more crystal information on the crystals on my Instagram via because I wrap and sell crystals, but I wouldn't say I wrap and sell. I manifest, because it wasn't really a hobby for me. Like, I did all this myself before I ever thought about doing it for anyone, y'all. Like, and it's not showing off. That's why I don't show it off a lot, but this not even including the stuff that's in the back. Oh, nigga, I'm ready. Yeah, but moving forward. But it's not about that. This just amplifies the deity that I am. Make no mistake. This isn't just, something. Oh, and that's not even including the wrists and the See, and the reason a lot of y'all see certain alchemists and certain people have all this on y'all is because, just like the same reason the monks go to where like-minded other monks are, they're high vibration, I guess you could say. Because you want to have your universe in a certain vibration. You want to ward off woke and conscious. You want straight awakened deity chaos beings who have knowledge of self and know who the fuck they are. No excuses, no regrets, no surrender, no retreat. It's us coming in this realm to liberate this realm, liberate ourselves and the of our people who want to realize that this is a slave ass system. As the ancestor Harriet Tubman said best, I liberated thousands of slaves, or hundreds, and I could have liberated thousands had they only known they were slaves. Had they only have been humble enough to go against that which has done atrocities to their ancestors. Had they only been humble enough to embrace that, hey, I was lied to. Hey, okay, I was, that religion wasn't right. I can learn more. I can evolve. It's not too late. Ain't no heaven and hell no one going to put you in. Especially not me. Unless you came at one of my ancestors. I am the one of the spirit. And you can be a deity for your ancestors. You can be a certain energy for future generations. I won the spirits of vengeance for my ancestors. Guaranteed. Without a doubt. That's one of the aspects. Also a joyous deity for my ancestors. So future generations after me will be able to invoke this deity you see before you as an energy to use in their travels. To invoke, to be in tune with. I ain't going to say use, but to be in tune with. And I'm advanced now. Oh, imagine once I get all my powers back and everything else. What? I already got most. I love them too. I ain't gonna say most. Well, I can't. You have it all. But I'm talking about manifesting on this physical realm, full on X-Men, the X chromosome. My man, I be holding back, y'all. Back in the gap, I used to be, and I'm talking about energy cycles. Like, I used to be hard for me not to just go in. Like, this is me like extremely being like going in. This is me being heavy. I've noticed I've stuck to kind of certain subjects because to give you relative tools, or excuse me, relative sciences of our ancestors that could assist you in reaching your great heights. Nothing too serious, but it is though. Because I'll be going in on so many other downloads, like how X-Men is related to us, how Stan Lee, who is related to the Khazar Jews, also known as the Black Hats Cabal. But yeah, which are just another branch of the Archons. But the main Boule run, the Melanated Boule, the traders, the fellow Titans and Titanesses who betrayed the other Titan and Titanesses. Let's just stick on this guy. We on this level now. Talking about our people now. So the fellow deities who betrayed the other deities, the other primordials. Yeah. No, well, technically, y'all is y'all about primordial? Yeah, y'all about this in primordial. So the fellow deities who betrayed our people and the primordial aspects of our people too, because you got those who are not so much primordial, but they're still our people. And then you have those primordial, those great old ones who were asked to come down here to give obliteration to this abomination of a system. So, send out those grand heart chakra vibes. Get on your herbalism if you're a cannabis smoker. This is really for y'all. Also, y'all got some dope downloads too. Know your strains. Go on Leafy, look up what your strain does. And again, with every smoke, if you smoking on water pipe, you got all the elements here, you can do spells much quicker because all the elements are present. I'll link it to myself and put 888 vibes in every puff to manifest if I was born on the 17th, the 8th of the month, or whatever your number comes out to be on the highest aspects of that number, to aid my crystals and balancing my chakras to be on the highest aspects of that number. Oh, and the day you were born also shows the chakras that are kind of activated or that probably will need to be a little bit more worked on or a little bit more balanced for you versus others. Me born on the 14th. Root chakra is the number one of the chakras. And the heart chakra, which is what this planet is, this is a heart chakra planet. The number 4 symbolizes that because that's the 4th chakra. So including your peach chakra, your upper heart chakra, your lower heart chakra, and your divine spark within your heart chakra. Once you get evolved, activate all of them. Or activate them now. Hell, you a melanin being, activate them. But yeah, so that means my root chakra, gotta make sure that's in place. And, on the bright side, when it is in place, it's easier for you to be in tune with that energy. Feel the energy kind of come in, my bad. And what rules the root chakra? Aquarius and Capricorn. So even based off your zodiac, certain signs. If you want more information about that, look at my numerology and astrology. The video where I'm wearing a do-rag and it's red in the background, symbolizing that Tuesday energy. That was going on, that 9 energy, which is my life path. My life path is a number 9. So if you a number 9, you have no excuse. If you want to know your life path, add all the day you were born. If it comes out to the basically at 9 plus 1 plus 4 plus the year individually, and see the number it comes out to. Let's just say it comes out to a 30 whatever, and then it simplifies to a 9 or a 4 whatever, or a 3. It's 30. It comes out to 30. 3 plus 0 is 3. It comes out to a 36. 3 plus 6 is 9. So you see what I'm saying? And 3, 6, and 9 are one of the core numbers to give you codes to how the universe works. I'm actually glad this stuff is in there because this is a lot of information to give and a lot of detail I want to get into, and I'm kind of glad that we're gonna be getting our power soon, and we're gonna start effing it up with the cubic shuffle afterwards. Celebrate. Yeah. So as many of y'all I got though. Get into your herbalism, get into your science, take some time out to listen to those binaural beats. They're saved on a playlist for that reason. Yeah, place an intent before you smoke. And also, look into organic tobacco too. Or if you can't really smoke cannabis, look into herbal cigarettes. Those are cigarettes with certain hemp. Look into hemp cigarettes. I'll just say that hemp. They're like $15, $20 a pack, but you can get like 100 of them for like you can get 100 of them, and they will. Oh, they're great. I used to use them. They help with rest. You will sleep well. You're gonna be buzzed, but you won't be lifted. And that's how you. See, we brought this here, my people. So regardless whether you smoke cannabis or not, I know you know someone who do as a melanated person, or I know you just know about it to a degree. If you just been in that much of a bubble like Jasmine on Boondocks, well, welcome, my nigga. No judgment here. It is what it is. Your soul came in certain, situations and certain reasons. But yeah, cannabis is attached to our people, and we brought it here, not even for us, just for us. We brought it here for the Caucasian to help them get to a higher vibration. These were the ones who, this is when we made uneasy treaties with them after we failed, but they couldn't like destroy us because we are attached to the plant. So then they would have then they lose control of the heart chakra of the universe because it's like, dang, well, we can't destroy people because the people are attached to the planet. Well, we just got to kind of like rule over them. Oh, Boule, how do we do that? At the end, that's when the Archonic Boule step in. Because they were the ones who worshipped it in. Well, really, switch it up. Hey, y'all, we attached to the planet, by the way, so you can't kill our people. But, you can rule over and, enjoy some of the spoils, while we run things like we always done. Thank you for your help in taking down our people. Yeah, don't get out of line. That was basically the conversation, like our people to them. So let's just reverse that, just to give you, an example of why it's always us. It's always a darkness in the background, because in the beginning, what is there? So, and if you want more examples of this, you can look up Bro Marvin Jones, Bro Remedy H. And see, again, I give certain these specific names because certain of our people will specialize in giving certain amounts of knowledge. Just like me, I guess I specialize in more so the numerology, astrology, and linking it all together with our metaphysical sciences type knowledge. But you may have a brother or sister who more so just specialize, and I specialize in more in that. These are just really bids for alchemy in general, and then eventually the deep alchemy will be gotten into. But this is just as deep of an alchemy because if you haven't gotten to this level yet, it will behoove you because you stand to gain everything by doing it. Because it's just learning about you. Get your chart from the only you were born from and find out about yourself. Get your numbers that you and your soul, you chose to come down here on. You, no pastor, no church, no in between, no middleman. Just you, raw, honest, and naked with you, learning about you. That's what spirituality is. That's what the metaphysical sciences that we always talk about, knowledge of self, to access your kingdom within. All these places that constrained our knowledge and turned into religion still cannot get away from that one thing for that very reason. Because the all has always been within you. They have to give a certain amount of lies to truths. That was a deal they made that was a deal that our the ancestors who betrayed us, also known as the Boule today, Bill Cosby, and various other, again, you can go look up Brother Panic's literature on the Archons and the Boule. And you can go look up Melanin Order, Bro Marvin Jones. All these playlists I have saved, y'all. I mean, it can't get more easier for y'all. All you just got to do is show up. So get off your high horse. Get off your, that's not what Pastor Jenkins taught me at Montgomery Baptist Church where, we ate Martha's corn slaw. Come on. You better than that, melanated person. If you're not melanated person, it's up to you. You're not my charge. But if you are one of mine, if you are a celestial being, get off your ass and get into your silence and into your deityhood. It's my last message I depart with you. For now, that's all I got, though, officially. Stay up. Did I go over everything, though? Yeah. I remember. Animal told himself. So, like, having feathers. I got some feathers right here. A lot to help. Feathers is that air energy. You know what I'm saying? All types of stuff, y'all, to help. All types. Just to. Because stand to gain everything from it. That's what my ancestors did. See, y'all say y'all won't be the ancestors with those feathers in the hair. Some of y'all say that. But let's see you do it, though. Are you really going to do it? Are you really going to have some crystals in your hair? It improves all your chakras anyway. Oh, but society. Oh, but those melanated friends who still love Caucasian Jesus don't judge you. You scared? Don't go to church. Go to your ancestors. Tell them to remove that stuff out and give, invoke that nigga in you. That, oh yeah, I'm going to do this. This is me. This is who I am. Who my people are. Who my ancestors are. And I embrace it. I claim my power. I am my ancestors. I've come too far, as Killmonger would say. I came all this way. I am not turning back until Bruce is God. I am not turning back until I embrace all the knowledge that is in my DNA. Because there is royalty in your DNA, as Kendrick said. Shout out to that 5 energy, again, that Mercury energy, Gemini on the light side, Virgo on the darker side. And shout out to all the numbers. The 1, I'll share to you the 2, I'll share to you the 3, I'll share to you the 4, I'll share to you the 5, I'll share to you the 6, I'll share to you the 7, I'll share to you the 8, I'll share to you, and the 9, I'll share to you. And gracias, 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 completely for all of you for coming in to this dimension and putting in this work and this Hogwarts that we created, that we mask as the struggle. But it's really us monitoring and making sure to shepherd these low vibrational archonic motherfuckers to do our will, because they ain't got no choice. Because we the primordial great. I speak for myself. I got great old one in my soul DNA. Know your soul genetics and your DNA genetics. Like your DNA is Naga, Anunnaki, for the average melanated person. That's the average rate. This is not including, if you got the primordial type. You can kind of know that if you more so. I just knew about asking my ancestors, dumb intuition, heads for yes, tails for no, and then I would get downloads soon after, this is related to your number. That's why learning your numbers is so helpful. And here's shout out to my bro Marvin Jones. Let me do another thing for him before I go. Deity Linkage Manual. I always put this book out because it helps. This is not for my health. Virgo rules the house of health, so this is for my health and y'all health, which is the 6th house. But, I'm doing this for that reason. Also, brother Malachi Z. York. Now, this brother, should I go in there? It's okay. Now, just give him the information. Okay, I ain't going to go in on a person. Not me. I'm just talking about the brother because, certain of my brothers and sisters who are, and mind you, there's woke. Woke is, let me get, I'm going to give a download. Woke, again, is you kind of recognizing melanin don't crack. Cool. That's cute. Conscious is when you start to realize that we have enemies and that this system is against us, and that at the end of the day, it is us. But see, consciousness can be a trap because you can fall for Pan-Africanism, which the true Nubianism, because it's originally called Nubia. So first off, it's a psyop. Shout out to the Honorable Marcus Garvey first and foremost, because it's not to say that they didn't know this, but there was one. Let me just get to woke and conscious. Then I'm gonna get to that. Then I'm gonna get to this, and that's gonna be the end of it. This includes your 50 sacred Nida names. These Nida names are jinns. If think genie, you ain't never had a friend like me. There's a reason they always get certain people who are melanated to play certain characters. Pay attention to that. When they get specifically they ain't like us in a lot of TVs anyway. I thought they didn't have no choice because they have to give a certain amount of truth about us, so we have to be in certain roles, or else their rituals don't work. Because just like they showed you on Lovecraft Country, they needed his energy. They needed to destroy that divine masculine and go through him to open and get to the womb of the divine feminine. Shoot him in public to get to her in private. Oh, that's a download. These movies and shows are not for no reason. Stop taking your deityhood for granted. Stop acting like this stuff ain't about you. Because then you embarrass your ancestors. You don't embarrass me. Hell, I'm just saying. But you embarrass your ancestors. It's okay to talk with your non-awakened, I don't say friends, because friends is another word for fiends, which fiends were those who didn't obey the Quaker Church when it took over and corrupted our religions and everything else. So I say allies. You got your little melanated allies that, they not awakened just. So you got the basketball game is cool. That's cool, bro. That's cool, sis, Yeah, sis, cool. But stay focused on your alchemical work. Because through you invoking the deity or the titan or tightness within you, you change the whole environment in the universe, just as you see on the movies and films that y'all like. Doing the powers, that's you. That's one of these does one of those powers. Each one. And much more. And there are all aspects that every melanated being has access to, for the most part. You may have a blockage on yourself if your ancestors have been effing up. But how do you gonna know that? Look at the ancestral lecture thing that I did. Lecture thing. I just don't like calling it lecture, but for all intents and purposes. Lecture. Look at the ancestral lecture I just did. Or don't even look at mine because this ain't about. Again, I'm just saying to make it easy on yourself since you already on this video. Look at it. Look at that. You can kind of skip a little bit to the middle or the end or like the first parts where like I speak about that, and just get that and go. You don't gotta say for the whole thing. Look, if this ain't for you, this ain't for you. This is knowledge I'm giving for the front of my people. This is a cookout for us. A ma'al. I'm gonna just say a ma'al. I'm gonna switch up the whole word. A ma'al. This is a ma with ma, the original children of ma over here. This is not a come one, come all. Even for my people, if you so sleep that you feel, that's, you know, Sister Jenkins said to be wary of them both, them charlatans. Take you and your Sister Jenkins funky ass out the door. Ain't no one gonna miss your ass. Whew, y'all PK. When I think about how some of these religions think they be better, that ignorance is y'all. That's the true death. Yeah. Y'all best be glad that y'all got to this up. But that's sometimes you don't even be mad at your family because they don't realize sometimes. I ain't even gonna say family because a lot of our people are waking up. But don't be mad sometimes of why certain family members can't wake up. Focus on you, because by doing that, I'm a walking, talking sun witness. If you focus within, all the other answers externally will happen and come forth because they all come from within. The water, your primordial water, is your right brain, and then your all brain, the unconscious brain, or the unaku, the hidden one behind the one. But yeah, there y'all go. So 50 sacred needed names. So brother Marvin Jones has some, and mind you, basically how you work this is that he gives information on how to do it. Remedy H gives information on how to unlock your demonic forces and angelic forces too. And really all you do, y'all, because Remedy H showed me, Remedy H showed me this. He helped me remember this. And I just did it. Now I'm doing the same to you. You see why I don't really take this that seriously? Like, oh, this is all deep. I'll never say it's deep because I lived and learned this. So basically, I'm giving you a mix of what I've learned, what I've tried and done, what the new information and downloads I got due to following my ancestral ways of just all I had to do was tap into my power, learn whatever science was interesting to me. It just happened to be numerology, astrology, and all the metaphysics encompassing, and I learned it. And I'm still learning it. But look at the results after just a couple of, I don't even want to say years, because I've been through this. Y'all just now here. A bunch of y'all know this too. It's just us getting in camera and telling those or helping our people remember, because this is our knowledge by birthright, and helping those who don't know to know. That's it. So I kind of knew what was at this kind of level. 2019, I awakened in 2020. I awakened in 2019. So yeah. Or was it 2019? This February, that 2 energy. Again, that Cancer energy. What's the zodiac sign of this? What's the zodiac sign of Amaruka over here? Cancer. So you see what I'm saying? How these numbers, you can know a lot about what's going down or why certain things happen to you at a certain time. Everything has a number attached to it. You learn the number, you know the code. When you know the code, you are the code, first off. But when you know the codes that are attached to the code, to the basically great mother is a motherboard, you are those antivirus cells within that motherboard, and you those antivirus cells within the body. And when stuff like this dimension happens, we come here to help cleanse the infection. And the original people that are part of the original body are here to do just that. And we're almost done. Like literally. No, it's not gonna be I get 60 years old and we still talking about this. No. The children that are born out in the 2000s will be the ones that they don't have to see what we saw as living this way, and this will be a thing of like, what? We can't believe we went. I mean, we can, because we realized we had to liberate Mother God by those that help her raise to a certain high vibrational state. Because some of us were asked to come here, great old ones like myself. Some of us were asked to come here. Some of us were were kind of forced to come here, and some of us came down here to earn our stripes too, to evolve more into a deity. Because on certain dimensional planes, you evolve on certain levels. So even after you evolve past this plane, if this is like your first incarnation, it doesn't stop. You still got the seventh plane, depending on what your soul level is. Ask your ancestors. But or just ask your soul what soul level. Do give yourself a personal altar too, or get just a candle of your favorite color and set up something that's precious to you on like a little stand, and that's your little altar. And play certain numbers that you want to vibrate on, and look up the meanings behind 888-777. It's a whole ritual for you. So yeah, I got a lot of information in this. This was just about herbalism, but ancestors just wanted a couple of things to come through. Should I include anything else on that? I already went on and yeah, this is just one aspect of your gens, y'all. But yeah, Bro Marvin Jones has these for sale, or you can just buy the book from Roll Around the Kazi York. This brother built a pyramid recently in our lifetime, and no one talks about it a lot. Brother literally built a pyramid. Him and the group. Well, excuse me. These brothers and sisters, because let's never forget our sisters, because it was a sister that had to birth them from the womb. Although with a brother, but still, she could have chosen not to have. So even for my melanated women, even if y'all chose not to have some of us, I still love y'all. I forgive you on that behalf. Heal your soul. Heal your spiritual life. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. You are our first goddess that we see because you are nature. Nature is the first goddess that you see because she's all around you. From what's here to what's, you know what I'm saying? It's just a physical aspect of Mother Nature. The earth aspect, you're talking to an earth sign is speaking to, some deity who came in on the earth type of vibration is speaking to you right now. So, on this Gregorian calendar, but moving forward, because even September, right? September 9/14, September 14th, Septo means 7. You think they would do 7, but then put 7 on the 9 and not Septo? 7 is also the symbol of the Great Mother, Isis. Well, a couple of symbols are, but they will put on Virgo, which is a feminine sign, and they put the most masculine number being the 9 on the feminine, which is cool because the feminine has its masculine side too. But they know the number 9 comes with traumas, and also Mother God, Mother Isis is primordial, so you get what I'm saying? Or she's a energy of the primordial protonoia. If you want to know more about that, Bro Marvin Jones on Gnosticism in that Gnosticism lecture. But yeah, so that's the herbs. You got some information about herbs. You got some information about crystals. You got plenty of creative ideas. And I'm just in the right at an hour and 30 minutes. But as I said, y'all, when I got some dope information to give, it's going to kind of sometimes be this long. So thanks. And y'all, look at all those lectures. I'm going to say this. Because I can hear some nagging and complaining. And the Virgo on me ain't having it. Because we can see the details. So I'm trying. Listen. All those lectures that you see, like 90% of them, those binaural beats, I listen to in their entirety. Not like the 9-hour binaural beats, but those lectures, oh yes, I have not given barely any lecture that I have not listened to myself, that I have not used the tools that were given in there, like these tools are given myself. So then you, within a week or two, will be having certain tools to give to others. You see, it's a gift that keeps on giving. So, yeah, these are free tools. All you gotta do is, this is a class, this is a university, this is your true college. Everything else is your comfort level while you taking classes, while you evolving, while you healing the bloodline. Doesn't that sound a bit more dope than, oh, I got a degree in marketing and culture? It's not to knock my people with degrees, appreciate y'all, but or my people with trade, shout out to the plumbers, the welders, or my people who just do cooking. Cooking is a high alchemy. Hairstyling is a high alchemy. Shout out to all y'all that's getting it. But don't let you getting it affect you getting got by this archonic ass system. Realize everything physical here is just a means for you to go within, not a means for you to be comfortable externally. Your goal should be both your spiritual comfort and knowing who you're. Not comfort, because you don't want comfort in spirituality. You always want to be constantly evolving. Even me. You know what I'm saying? That's why I got so many subjects, because I didn't limit my mind to just, okay, cool, I know about the Orishas. What about this? Okay, cool, I know about that. Okay, everything is us, so that means the Greek energies are us. So boom. Do I have a Greek? Am I related to some of the Greek energies? Yes, because those Greeks, those ancient Phoenicians and Mesopotamians were us. So these deities are aspects of us, energies. But the Orishas are some of the heaviest energies. Those are like ancestors that they wouldn't dare try the Caucasian face, because they will get massive punishment, which they have before, which is why they don't try. See how everything still revolves around you? So since it revolves around you anyway, get into it. And be comfortable with it. Make stuff fun for yourself. Don't get too, you don't gotta make this spiritual journey all serious. That's just my energy. I can be intense, but you don't gotta be as intense, or as, you can just, I think I'm pretty lighthearted compared to what y'all really could see. Because again, I don't know if 1 and 4. 1 is Leo energy. That's fixed signs. So this passion can get there. Trust me. And 4 is Aquarius energy. They're the opposite sign of each other. Leo is Aquarius is opposite, and vice versa. So anyone that knows the Leo and Aquarius, especially when they get fixed on something, it could get there. And in my house of, I got, should I say it, ancestors? Nah, y'all gotta know about the natal chart. I'll give an example of how to read the natal chart, though, maybe. We'll see. But y'all got like 3 big time, like, mini lectures. Oh, and the videos. So I used to have to watch 12-hour lectures. So y'all better stop the crying. Alright? Look. This is, and I'm giving you the conglomerate of like all those lectures, like bits, all those but juicy bits. Boom. So like you can do an alchemical, giving you basically alchemical, just alchemy, basic algorithms, alchemy algorithms that you can use forever. Off of one vid, listen to one time. Hopefully you take notes, because I ain't even gonna do y'all like that with the notes. Yeah, y'all know Virgos. Virgos, y'all know we take notes. We really can. Especially the details. We see, this is why, again, I ain't gonna go back on it. Woo! I'll tell you, like, these numbers, y'all cannot stress it enough. If you study these numbers, stuff will be so much more simpler as to how you can see how your mind works. Why you see your mind works the way it does. And when you include the spiritual with a number, the way you can evolve with no limitations. With that same number. Just with one number. 5 is a symbol of power. Look up not just the Chaldean version, but look up the children of the nations of God and earth. Erykah Badu, Andre 3000, they started out in New York. They came from the Mur, or they call them, it's just kind of a separate set, but they call the Moor. I ain't even going to get into the Moors right now. And, shout out to Dr. Aline, baby. You got the true Moors brothers, Dr. Taji, Dr. Tariq, T-A-J, Tariq, Bay, I believe. Yeah, Bay. Yeah, but I said all that to say, because some of those children of gods and earth, I'm going to just go ahead and say it, talk about it. I'm going to just simplify this. Nations of God and earth, they have a certain thing called supreme mathematics, and one of their essences for the number 5 is just a symbol of power and refinement. So that's another aspect of that number that you now know that you can always invoke every time you give yourself 5 gratitude for waking up every day. Gratitude is one of the most empowering alchemies that you could do that will increase your alchemy with no limitations, just by you being grateful. So you got gratitude, you got one of the key elements, key ingredients to increasing your alchemy. You got how to use herbs as a cannabis user. You got information on your numbers. All this you can get, do, and practice at your home. So here's the real thing, y'all. I don't think y'all realize this. For those who ain't really on this path, they're kind of tiptoeing on it, pussyfooting on it, I'm talking to you. It's not to say don't take your time out to study, but when you know this type of knowledge, know that people like their ancestors who died and perished and were tortured to have this type of knowledge. Now, this is a side of me that this used to be the norm for me. So y'all seen kind of the Scorpio have to Virgo. Their ancestors who, had insufferable type of trauma done to them in your bloodline. So this information could still be around. So when you talk about, they are looking at you, looking at this. See, that's something that kept me going when I was on this alchemical work. So my ancestors, so that means they always around me. Okay, cool. So I'm with them. Doesn't mean don't curse them. They just be about your alchemical work. Because now your ancestors and some of your ancestors are deities. Do you really want to F up and reject your science? I'll leave that question up to you. Some of y'all ancestors are whole deities out here. Waiting. People worship that's one of your ancestors. People worship them. People worship you in another universe too. Once you get to that level where your higher self is like, okay, your soul is like, okay, you want to know about us. This is all just about you. Nothing of this came from a middleman. All sources were given. This is true metaphysics and spirit. This is an essence. One of the essences of true metaphysics and what spirituality really is about. You see, I gave demons and angels. All that. Because you are all that. It's not just about light. Sometimes chaos has to come. So order can come. Because stuff getting out of hand. Mamas, y'all know. Papas, y'all know. Older siblings. People who care about people in general know. This is the basic nature. So that's really all I got. I'll leave the rest be. So, yeah. And the reason the Sacred Nita names are the little pamphlet I showed you about Dr. Malachi Z. York are an asset to you as a melanated person. And that was really just for melanated people. You could try to work with those energies as a non-melanated being, but the ritual and stuff I'm about to give is some melanated people. You would go with your fists like this to your solar plexus. Close the good old beautiful melanated eyes, and I link it to myself, and I like my 50 Nita gin or my 50 gin. Because it's 50 names. Oh, excuse me, the 100 names. See, it just reminded me. My bad, y'all. The 100 names of the Sacred Nita. My original gens, my forces of nature. You can just say my forces of nature if y'all want to say jinn. Because jinn, genie, Damien, all them demon, all them spawn from they were called that by these religions that know their power. So I guess that's enchantment to let y'all know that. Which is somebody I really should mention that. Thank y'all. Moving forward though, I'm linking to myself and unlock my 100 gems and to find out their names and the aid as them to aid to being the high vibrational being that I am. Also, y'all, something I noticed, if you envision the number, like if you find your life path number, you add all the numbers up. Also, if it's a master number being the 11 and 22, you don't. Or the 33, you don't simplify. You leave that as it is. That's your own master number. And you can find out why they're so sacred by looking up that number. But moving forward, though, like mine would come out to the 36, so I would say gratias times 36. Sometimes I've done it to where I've said gratias 36 times. And sometimes I'll just picture gratias with an X and a 36 right here. And picture it glowing. And it is done. See what I'm saying? Melanated people, we have 4 groups of armies that are attached to us. Especially great old ones, I suppose. But even if your soul level isn't great. Your soul level is because that melanin is primordial, but you may be a soul child of a primordial, but you see what I'm saying? It still runs in your blood. So basically, you got your angelic forces who are 72. It's not just 72 because you got a personal angelic force attached to you and a personal demonic force attached to you that's separate. So I would, say I link it to myself and unlock that energy or that chi. Unlock the cheese. I link it to myself and unlock my Venus chi, my Mercury chi, my Mars chi, and so on and so forth. These cheese help you because then They open the gateway because your natal chart is attached to that planet. So when you unlock your Saturn chi, you also are more in tune with the Saturn aspects in your natal chart and your number, which 8 is a symbol of Saturn, the crown mother, and also a symbol of Capricorn. On the number level, on the planetary level, the crown mother, Saturn, because Earth is a feminine energy. But the masculine aspect, Father Time, Saturn, like the same name, Saturn, Father Time, or Capricorn, zodiac wise, Capricorn, which is a sea goat. So, sea goat, tail in the water, but on Earth. Also, every this is the last bit of information. This is clutch information too. You really probably ain't gonna hear this a lot, but every zodiac has its own element in its element. So every zodiac is an element within the element. Virgo is the water of Earth. Taurus is the air of Earth, and or is it Taurus is the Taurus is the earth of Earth, and Capricorn is the fire of Earth. And if you want more information on that, you can look up Priestess Aset Amen Ra on YouTube. I got that lecture saved. And yeah, she goes into like each zodiacs. So like since you know Virgo is a water of Earth now, if you're a Virgo, you know you work with just Earth and water at the same time. So you're an Earth sign and water. You just an Earth sign is your dominant, but the water sign is the jurisdiction that you're over as that zodiac in that element. So does that make sense? So I'm an Earth sign of all the Earth signs. So you got the modalities. Capricorn is and this is a feminine element too, but Capricorn is but the peak game though, y'all, the feminine elemental signs, like the water signs and the earth signs and guys, can be some of the most masculine. A lot of the quote unquote metaphysical leaders, a lot of the big time social leaders, masculine wise, were feminine signs. MLK was a Capricorn. Malcolm X was a Taurus. Muhammad Ali was a Capricorn. Aaliyah was a Capricorn. Oh, but we sick to it. But yeah, I'm just saying like how that masculine is just as masculine no matter what sign. It's just about you, your energies, and how balanced you are with yourself. Because as a melanated man, you come already in tune with the divine feminine anyway. So, should you get into that feminine half with yourself, visualize a beautiful anime melanated woman, or however you want to do it in your head. Make it creative and sexy for yourself, to where you would just love her and have her kiss you and everything, and picture her being your feminine half. And you being in tune with your divine feminine melanated man, healing the wounds when she left you, when you spent all that money on that date, but it didn't work out, she played you. Healing that. There goes your ritual. I'm including that in the divine masculine lecture. But yeah, then you include the elements with that too, and ask her to embody, link it to your divine feminine to aid in giving you downloads. Same thing with women. Link it to your divine masculine. Picture being, and if you a girl that like girls, that's cool, but you still got divine masculine though. I know for not my melanated women who will evolve, y'all already know, but some of our women, I mean, you got some of our men and women who don't like the other gender, and I get it, but time's out for all that. You have to heal, or you will not exist on this point blank, period. Message from the mother. Message from really Priestess Aset, but I guess you just came through 11. You will not make it. You have to heal. You must heal. That's a big time, yes, golly. Ooh, that's her big time. So you got to. All that, I'm telling you, that niggas ain't shit, but you talking about you love your people, ain't gonna work in this new paradigm. That bitches ain't shit, but ain't gonna work in this paradigm. Pisces was your age of I feel. Okay, cool, you feel that. No, now we in the masculine. Now we in the direction. Now we at the, it's restriction. It's a no. Feminine is receptive. The magnet says, yes, we are. It's okay. Oh, but masculine. Now someone got to step in. No. Young lad, young lady, no. It will not go down like that. The age of I know. Are you on your people's side? Do you really love your people, or do you not? Do you have a self-hate problem, and are you willing to address that self-hate problem? Are you willing to evolve like your ancestors evolved? Are you willing to eat healthy food? Like fruits and veggies are supposed to be a luxury. That is the norm. Don't let this colonizer's bullshit ass eating habits affect your way of thinking about how the high vibrational knowledge of your people is attached to nature. Veggies and fruit are nature incarnate. So that's another thing. Are you really gonna be woke? Or not, don't be woke. Are you really gonna be awakened? Or are you gonna be woke and be able to go back to sleep? You gonna watch this video and then after 2 days, oh, I want to be asleep now. There's nothing wrong with being ratchet. There's nothing wrong with having, certain things, smoking some cannabis, doing this, liking to see a woman twerk, liking to see, appreciating a good ass, liking to have a threesome. There's nothing wrong with none of that. If that's you. But heal, evolve, knowledge of self. Your ancestors expect that too. Where great power comes great responsibility. You say you love your ancestors just as Granny is sitting there or whatnot, and you love her and you would do anything, Grandpa and all that. You need to have that same. Your ancestors that have made the transition are looking at you still sitting there, waiting for you to get off your ass. Here you go. Here's an ancestor altar. You ain't got no excuse. You ain't got no excuse. Pause the video, see a little bit. Go to the previous lecture. And I got sad for some of our people because I get it. It can be tough. It can be, oh, Zach, I got the kids. I get it. Oh, Zach, I'm by myself. I still live with my parents. I get it. But make some effort. Do some binaural beats. When you, as a deity, make your will help you find your way with the ancestral guidance, you really can't lose. Have that pure heart. Grind every day on the internal alchemy. Listen to that binaural beat. Speak positive affirmations. Do certain mudras. Oh, the mudra to help with menstrual cycles too. My bad. Let me give y'all that real quick. Now I'm gonna go for real. My my bad. My bad, y'all. Mudra for the menstrual cycles. This will help women with menstrual cycles and our men too, to a certain degree, like just for like stomach aches and stuff. Um, See, look at that. I forgot about this. There's mudras to this is a mudra that's talking about. This helps with your breathing, clear bronchitis. I forgot to show that one. Yeah, but y'all can just look at mudras that help with stomach. This helps. This can help with menstrual cramps. You can only hold this for 10 to 15 minutes. It don't take long, but this helps calm the nervous system. This also helps eliminate all toxins from the body. But on the flip side, it does make you do the number 2 easily. So if you're constipated, this is one of the best ones to do. If you got heart racing, heart palpitations, this mudra. And y'all know how I know these by heart so much? Well, I can show you plenty of more, but it's not about showing out. Let me do a mudra for the heart chakras. This is a heart planet. My last gift to y'all. I know this by heart because I've done it so much and it works. Boom. All right, let me just show you how I did that. Do this. Okay, there y'all go. See how much I love y'all? There y'all go. This is earth energy, the feminine energy. Let me just looking out. And the masculine energy to the divine masculine. I see that. Pinkies like this. You interlock let's just go with the zodiac. You interlock where this is your Leo and your Venus mount, your ring finger. So Venus, energy, beauty, where your ring is. You interlock Venus. You cover it over with Saturn. That's your middle finger. That's why it's the most authoritative. When you give the FU, it's the most offensive. It's the most authoritative. Saturn is that. That's why knowing everything. Whew, y'all already know everything can be connected. Everything is everything, as Lauren said. That's why you only get certain mini Laurens, and you get plenty of the Barbie dolls. So yeah, Pinky symbolizes Mercury. and also symbolizes the water element. You can know that in the Chinese element thing. That's us too, the HU ancestors. Where you interlock Venus, you cover her with Saturn, and you put Jupiter to hold Venus up. One more time. Mercury touches, Venus touches, lock her with Saturn, put them both up with Jupiter to expand. And this is you, this is Mars, it's Mars, but this is also you receiving. See what I'm saying? That's a heart chakra mudra. Mudras are words of power. Yo, melanin knows what you're doing when you do this. So you'll feel certain results within the next 2, 3, 5 minutes, depending on what the element of what the mudra is. And I know all those by heart because they work. Go figure. Just using my ancestral science. Not too hard. Not deep. Just your birthright. Claim it. That's all I got. Stay up.